government of Uganda, through the Ministry of Water and Environment, have formed environment conservation cooperatives along water catchment areas in a bid to promote environment conservation in degraded zones through the Eureka project that's enhancing resilience of communities to impacts of climate change through integrated management of water and related resources. In restoring degraded wetlands, affected members are given funds through a revolving fund project to help them start up projects to boost their livelihoods while adapting to climate change impacts. The project has been implemented in different parts of the country.
And within the ministry, I've been implementing a project called Eureka. In full, it is enhancing resilience of communities to impacts of climate change through a catchment-based integrated water resources management. And this project has been implemented from 2017 to 2023. And the idea behind the project was to ensure that we support the people on the ground to be able to live with the impacts of climate change. This project has been funded by Adaptation Fund. Adaptation Fund is one of the climate financing windows that provides grants to countries to help them address impacts of climate change. So this project has been implemented in 3 areas, in Uganda, southwestern Uganda, in an area called Mazeba Catchment, in northern Uganda, in Aswa Catchment, and in northeastern Uganda, in Awoja Catchment. Basically, the catchment is an area that contributes water to a common point. And we do recognize that water doesn't follow administrative boundaries. It will flow depending on where it starts and where it ends. So we have divided the country into smaller units, which how the water flows, and these are called catchments. We have 32 catchments in the country, but this project has worked in 3 catchments.
In eastern Uganda, the Eureka project is implemented under the Kyoga Water Management Zone in the Ministry of Water and Environment.
But specifically the Kyoga Water Management Zone, we manage water and environmental resources with the involvement of stakeholders. And because stakeholders are very important in the process, Kyoga Water Management Zone covers 59 districts with whom we work in managing the water resources, especially their political and technical leadership at the highest level possible. And to manage water resources in a holistic way, Kyoga Water Management Zone has been demarcated into 11 manageable catchments. And we have catchments like Rokok and Rokere covering the Karamoja region. Then we have Awoja catchment, which starts here in Mount Elgon, but also covers parts of Karamoja and parts of Teso region. Awoja catchment actually is the biggest catchment in Kyoga Water Management Zone, covering 11,000 square kilometers and 15 districts. Then we have Mporogoma catchment. So Mbare city is in Mporogoma catchment actually. The second biggest, covering 9,000 square kilometers and 18 districts. And then we have Victoria Nile, we have Rumbie, we have the shoreline catchment of Lake Kyoga, we have Akweng, Sezuga, when you go to the side of Mukono Chira, and others, 11 catchments.
In our EcoPlus program today, we take you to some of the beneficiaries in eastern Uganda to ascertain how some of the wetlands are being restored for sustainable use through formation of water and environment cooperatives.
Now, to ensure that all of those are sustainable, we have created what we call water and environment cooperatives. We have brought people to work together to cooperate, because once people are brought together to work together, they achieve more rather than working individually. So we have established 15 water and environment cooperatives in the 3 areas. This is the first time that we have created these cooperatives. Actually, the first ones in Uganda, and something which we worked on with Uganda Cooperative Alliance and Ministry of Cooperatives, and also working with the district commercial officers. So we have trained the people to look at natural resources as sources of income, as sources of business. We have taken the people through business incubation training, how to identify businesses, how to nurture businesses, and how to move them. Right now, in all the 15 water and environment cooperatives, People are performing in a business-like manner. They have identified interventions. They have even bought shares in the cooperatives.
Emurang James Michael is a tree nursery operator, Okwakai Multiple Agencies Limited in Mukula Sub-County, Ngola District. He narrates to us how the Eureka project changed his life, including those who buy the seedlings, like Mary Achola, who owns close an acre of Gruvera trees.
Before the Eureka project reached us here, we only saw, as you know, the government of Uganda says that there are not enough jobs. So, job creation. So I also heard about that. Then I started also alone, grafting and bedding seeds on my own. So my brother also from Olupe called Okalani Caucus also was trying from his residential place. Then after that, we meet together and we formed a group, and that group, we started work. That was 2015, 2017. So around 2020, the people from Water and Environment came down and got us also busy trying to at least make out to get money for life. So they negotiated with us. They told us that we are ready to help you. Are you registered with the government? So we told them that you are registered. So after they saw our documents, so we were called to Mbale to sign for a contract. So we dealt with the people of Water and Environment under the Eureka project from 2020 up to 2021. That one, when the project, the contract got over. So we were given to supply seedlings. We supplied seedlings in Ngora district, Serere, Kiere sub-county, and Gwere sub-county. The Eureka project changed our life by giving us support because we started without any materials on use like tools. But we were given wheelbarrows, we were given water pump. So one of the challenges we face here, you know, we don't have the soil which you are using. We don't have nearby soil here. We also go and buy soil from far distances, then transport up to here. So this is one of the home we supply the trees. And they got 360 seedlings.
We heard about the organization that was coming to give out seedlings. Before, we didn't know the value of trees. But when we heard about this information, we developed the urge of planting trees. We talked to him and we received the seedlings that we planted here. We are so happy for that organization which rescued us from poverty, and we are proud of you. When those trees grow, I believe we shall have many in future. We are so happy. They are 3,500 trees. What I can tell other people who have not yet planted trees, let them embrace this project so that they can benefit in the future. Thank you so much.
In Selele district, Joseph Okalebo, a resident of Abket village, who was resistant to the program at first, now belongs to Kiere B Growers Group in Kiere sub-county.
Initially, the place where you see here, I was a farmer doing seed multiplication, especially for sweet potato. For sweet potato, that was what I was doing because of the access to water and the water source. But due to climate change. The water pushed us up. The water pushed up. So Eureka came and demarcated, and they gave us an alternative livelihood. So with me here, we do keep bees or bee farming, I would say. Here we have 27 beehives. Out of the 27, 18 are fully colonized. So you can see the difference. Of course, there was a lot. I could say the attitude was not friendly. You know, for us, we believe that there's another technique the government was going to use to take away the land. So it was not really easy, but after several trainings and sensitization from different stakeholders, government, Eureka, and the team, yeah, we finally kind of came to a square or a zeroed position. The challenge here, especially that disturbs us, you know, this is a new enterprise, and timing it is one of the problems we have. Last time we had about 20 that were colonized, but when we came to harvest, we found most of them the thing had already they are not living. They have already finished to in my language you call it a matter. Our biggest. And then number two, also you see you still have skills. Our skills are not as good as the skills, the harvesting skills. When we came here and harvested with my boys, it was really very difficult. We are not used to a smoker. You don't know how to use very many, the suit.
Still in Serere district, beneficiaries of the Eureka project continue to praise its approach, as the Eureka program has greatly changed their lives, and a lot of wetland restoration can be seen in the area than before.
So do kona esamailo ikorie agaro kawangni korie isopaka akipi.
We used to dig these swamps up to the waters, but now we have left the swamps because of this pond, which is going to help us. Now, after we left the swamps, fish has come back and the vegetation cover has been restored. Even the tree plantation has been restored, plus birds.
We are really very, very happy to Eureka, for he has saved us a lot. At first we were growing, we were not bothered with the environment at all. We were going down, cutting trees for firewood, getting the fish, even the grass we were destroying. But now we are very happy because we have the boundaries now. Farmers know where to stop. We have enough land for our animals for grazing. So we are really grateful to Eureka.
My name is Achom Phoebe. We are so happy. Those trees have helped us. Even pastures are now good for our livestock. Even the water is now near. That is why we are so happy. We are so happy for this government.
Okwalinga Henry Tito is the chairperson, Kiere Water and Environment Cooperative Society Limited in Serere District. He believes the Eureka project has impacted positively on beneficiaries and the entire community.
Before Eureka came, people were cultivating. These ones here would cultivate up to the middle there. Then the other ones also. So there was no open space like this. But when Eureka came, demarcation was done, and the people were sensitized on the importance of this demarcation. Eureka then organized us in two groups, and then guided us that we should form a cooperative. And people accepted that. The affected people will all over this zone, they are 993. Even people come from over there, but those days when they are cultivated, they could not even have where to pass the animals. But now the corridor, people are relaxed, they have grown more animals. You see those animals they are pushing, they are just from the market buying more animals. Those ones, they are from the market because we have a market today. So people are buying more animals because there's free space to graze. So it has totally improved, and what people thought it was bad, they have lastly seen the benefits of it. But the challenge we face, one is that getting everybody to go to the cooperative. We have to continue sensitizing people. Two, where there is resistance, we wouldn't want to use enforcement very fast, but engagement. So, but where there might be resistance, we need some kind of enforcement so that we get this.
Stakeholders in Serere district affirmed the Eureka project under Ministry of Water and Environment in the area, though with some limitations.
Yeah, before things were not easy, both from the community down there and even some of the local leaders, politicians, some of the politicians. Things were not easy. We had it, but all in all, as they say, struggle continues. There was no way out. We could stop preaching that gospel. Challenges were there. Even right now, there are few people whose mindsets are not really set, who have not seen where we are heading.
We here in Iteso were among the beneficiaries of the project, and the zone of interest or the section in the district that benefited was Kiere. That is the Kamurojo belt that receives water from Aoja all the way up to Lake Kyoga through Abuket. Project came, it had massive engagements with ASEA, that is technical, political stakeholders, including the communities on the ground and the respective officers, that is both also political and technical.
The Eureka project was also extended to Kweni district in eastern Uganda to farmers who are practicing agriculture on the river banks. Botaria Traders Group under Kiriki Water and Environment Cooperative Society Limited is a women's group in Kwen downstream. Our visit to them could indeed prove the happiness these women live through their saving group that they formed after being evicted from the river bank. I am called Yapseyeko Juliet, chairperson of the group which guard the river bank. In our group, we are going on very well. I was a farmer when the people who restricted us to cultivate beyond the river banks came. When those people came, they organized us in groups, and now we benefit. We do not dig beyond the river banks, and we are getting a lot of profit. We sell the produce as a group.
Because every week we could save not less than 200,000 in a week from those 19 members. So by 31st December, we had a total of 17 million savings. In March, that was March 2023, the cooperative came in. They gave us 5 million. And out of that 5 million, we bought sunflower because we are traders. We buy anything, goats, hens, we trade in. We buy, we keep for some time. When the prices go up, we sell the products. Then from the capital, we bought goats. We bought 28 goats, and the goats costed us 4,100,000. There are those members who used to go to the bank for loans, but now we have our own money. We no longer go to the bank, which is a great benefit to us because we used to climb to Kapchora, very expensive process. You can go there for over 5 times before you get the loan.
Musani Patrick is the chairperson of Kiriki Water and Environment Cooperative Society Limited in Ngenge Sub-County, Kweni District. He narrates his experience in managing the cooperative.
The current picture for us as a cooperative, we are seeing that there are much changes in the cooperative around where now we are living, and the water banks have been preserved. Since the pillars have been now demarcated, we are now just seeing some few challenges. We see those people whom they have not registered and they have not benefited from the cooperative. Those are now the ones who are bringing some hardships to us, but we are talking to them slowly.
In Upper Stream Kwen, beneficiaries were given techniques and tools to help them fight soil erosion on Mount Elgon. Sokoni Samuel and Kisa Bernard Chilia are both beneficiaries and leaders in the water and environment cooperatives.
They came with the tools. That was a hose, spades. We had also wheelbarrows and many others.
Before the project, we were cultivating our lands, but we were not aware of how to manage our lands. But when the project came in, it helped us actually and gave us a lot of knowledge to how to control things like soil erosion, to how also to improve the fertility of our lands, and how to restore the river banks. And as we talk now, the environment of this place wasn't like this, but now the environment is very good. As you look at this, the soil erosion used to gather the water all the way. When you look at this river, the river was just full of water, and we are told that when they came into existence and they were able to restore the river banks, our neighboring districts like those of Teso, Kumi, were able to get clean water. Other benefits we got from them is that the capions were pure, and those capions were able to control soil erosion because it was directed to the main areas.
Engineer Stephen Biaya from the Ministry of Water and Environment elaborated more on Eureka activities in Upper Stream Kwen.
Constructed flood control structures and biophysical conservation structures. As you may see, right, we have the retention trenches which have been strengthened by planting of the live markers. You can see the napier grass. We have had stone lines constructed in this particular location. We have also had gabion walls constructed. So when you go to statistical basis, we have had over 10 kilometers of biophysical conservation structures. Those are the trenches which have been constructed. We have had 5 kilometers of stone lines that have been constructed, and we have also had 20 pieces of gabion walls that have been constructed.
Similar projects like tree planting in Ingola district are also being practiced in Kwen district.
It is like now 3 years when we left. Eureka left us, but we are still doing the work, as you can see. They gave us wheelbarrows. They gave us soil, the medium that we started with. This is jackfruit. We even supplied this giant rilla. This one, giant rilla. We supplied to a few farmers in the lower belt. Even the avocado, we supplied this one. We also supplied, this is coffee. This is what we have been doing for a longer time. We supplied to farmers.
When they told us the advantages, I picked interest and discussed home. And we agreed to offer this small piece of land. Here I have 1,200 seedlings of pine.
The District Natural Resources Officer Quen Makwata Moses says the Eureka project has been elemental in addressing environmental issues in the area.
Eureka project was implemented in the district, trying to address issues that relates to environmental degradation. The district has challenges of a low forest cover, especially in the high altitude area where people were resettled. During resettlement, people cleared all the trees in the upper area, exposing the land to soil erosion. So we have a very big problem with the vegetation cover. The area is bare. When it rains, the soils are washed into the rivers.
With Kyoga Water Management Zone under the Ministry of Water and Environment, the water and environment cooperatives have helped much in restoring the degraded wetlands in eastern Uganda, much as they received a lot of resistance from the public, including policymakers. To ensure the projects are sustainable, Ministry of Water and Environment still emphasizes formation of water and environment-like cooperatives.
In the project, we included in an income-generating activity through the revolving fund, where we support the people to implement a number of activities that will improve their incomes while also enabling them to protect the ecosystem.
If we all adopted the Ministry of Water and Environment's approach of extending services to the people, this could work better in managing our resources.